Welcome back, my name is HypeUp Gaming and I'm really excited to unbox and talk about my first impressions of the Xbox Series S Carbon Black Edition, as it's the first Xbox I've ever owned. I got it the day it was released and I believe that it's actually the best value console you can buy. First, let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open the box, you're presented with your Xbox, front and centre, wrapped in a sleeve with the Power Your Dreams logo wrapped around the console. Under it, you've got the quick setup guide. Then we've got this separate compartment on the left holding the power and HDMI cables. On the right, we've got the controller wrapped up like the console, and finally the Xbox user manual. Now the design is the same as the standard Series S, but in carbon black. It's still a great design though. It's a tiny console, about 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X and PS5, with a sleek design, and it's super quiet because of the perfectly placed vents. It's got the Xbox logo in the top right, and then the power button is blacked out, but when you turn it around, you'll see not just the rubber feet, but my favourite detail on this console. It says Xbox and then Hello from Seattle. This is a nice detail from Xbox headquarters in Seattle. So like all consoles, it has a lot of buttons and ports. On the front, we've of course got the Xbox themed power button with a clean white LED. And the sync button right next to the USB for you to charge your controllers, headsets, etc. Then round the back we've got an Ethernet port, 2 extra USB ports, a HDMI output and the storage expansion slot in case the upgraded 1TB SSD isn't enough. And then most importantly, the power input port. So the controller is very different to my usual DualSense controller, but it's still great. It's really grippy. There isn't any difference from the controller you would get from the Xbox Series X and S. Just like the Series X controller, it's all matte black with a little pop of colour with the A, B, X and Y buttons. In terms of buttons, other than the colourful face buttons, you've of course got the D-pad, view button, share button, menu button. Then on the back you have the triggers and mouse click bumpers along with the sync button. It's also got a few extra things like a port for charging the controller and then a battery holder. Only I've actually bought a rechargeable battery pack so I don't have to spend a fortune on batteries. It was £17 on Amazon and it's much better than having to run looking for batteries whenever your controller is about to die. Moving on to the setup, the first thing you're going to want to do is to power your console by plugging the power cable into an available socket, then connecting your Xbox to your TV with the HDMI cable. Simply plug the HDMI cable in the Xbox and an available port on your TV. After that, you can either log in or sign up to a Microsoft account. Then you're in and you can start playing. Although the Xbox Series S can't reach a 4K resolution, it's an amazing performing console. It can hit 120 FPS at 1440p. It's also capable of ray tracing, making the video even better when playing games or watching movies. Other than the awesome new carbon black colour of this console, the main reason people are buying this console is because it has the power and affordability as a regular Xbox Series S, but with an amazing benefit of a 1TB SSD. That's even more than the PS5. Currently I have about 8 games downloaded and it's still holding up. I would say that you can have up to 10 games downloaded at one time, but that varies depending on the size of the games you like to play. Moving on from the specs, let's talk about the user interface. Personally, I actually quite like it. Although it can overwhelm you with a lot in your face, it's smart and is clean to use. This UI also has amazing customization, different backgrounds that can look really nice, and you can even change the colour that the games or apps are highlighted with when you select them. One feature that can be counted as a part of the UI is the quick resume. If you don't know what this is already, then let me explain. It allows you to switch in and out of games, saving the games exactly where you left them. This is a real next-gen feature, which I love about the Xbox Series consoles, whether that be the X or the S. What's the main reason you buy a console? Well, it's to play games, of course, and the games on Xbox don't disappoint. I've mostly got it for a few very good Xbox exclusive, like Forza Horizon 5, Forza Motorsport, Halo, Starfield, made by Bethesda, and then one of my favourite games, Sea of Thieves. All the games I've mentioned are available on Game Pass, along with a ton more games. Since I've got Game Pass, I think any games I don't think are too good or I don't want to spend money on, but still want to play and not feel bad about quitting, I'll definitely get the games from Game Pass. The price of this console brought the most interest, just like the standard Xbox Series S. This is because it has a 1TB SSD, which is more than double the standard Xbox Series S. Before this console released, if you wanted an affordable Xbox, you would have to buy the standard Xbox Series S and upgrade the storage with one of the very expensive storage expansion cards. But with this console, you can get double the amazing storage for just an extra £50. Less than half of what you would have to spend to get 1TB. Due to all of this, I think this console is very fairly priced. In conclusion, I love this console. It's perfect for me. For a while I was thinking about getting the standard Xbox Series S, but there were a few main problems in my eyes: the storage and the design. But with the new console, those problems are completely gone. I always wanted more storage for the console, and an extra £50 wasn't a deal breaker. With the design, I thought that a small, low-profile console shouldn't have that much contrast. So with the new matte black design, I can have a sleek, sneaky console. I think if you want a console that's affordable, easy to use, and a huge library of games that are mostly free with Game Pass, then this console is perfect and might be the best value console in recent years. With that all done and dusted, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been one of my favourites to make, so if you liked the content you saw, consider subscribing and leaving a like.